episode of Grassroots Garage, we have Damon's RX7 powered by 20B turbo.
Welcome to Grassroots Garage. We've got Damon and his beautiful rotary. Damon, thanks for your time, man.
Hey Pete.
Tell us about your car.
FD Rx7 with a 20B triple rotary in it.
Tell me what this is. Look at this thing. Jeez, mate. That's not a Z18. What's going on here?
No.
12A.
So this is a 3-rotor, so triple rotary engine, 20B. Built by JC Racing over in Botany. Yeah.
Cracker of a thing.
Yeah, so it's running a Haltech ECU, Precision Street Fighter turbo. Runs on E85 and 98, but I tend not to run it too much on 98.
Now, every time, this is the question we go to first because there's always a good answer. Why rotaries?
I think they're a bit addictive, just quietly. Unless you've actually driven one, it's kind of it's hard to explain what they're like. I had an RX4 coupe in the 90s with a 13B mole port, and I loved driving it. It was super reliable, non-turbocharged, of course, but always just loved them. But I think the 20B sound, I think it's, you know, they just sound amazing. Yeah, so always wanted a 20B, but a 20B in an FD is even better. So yeah.
Do you have any early rotary memories? Do you remember any cars from back in the day?
Well, so I had an RX4 coupe, a red one with a 13B mole port, but the car that everyone wanted back in those days, like the sort of, you know, late 80s, early 90s, was an RX3 coupe. There were a couple of guys just starting to kind of dabble with, you know, 13B turbos in those days. But yeah, definitely I think the RX3 coupe was always the one that, you know, everyone kind of wanted back in those days. So yeah. Definitely.
I love that. Tell us about the car when you first got it.
So I bought the car. It was obviously it's an import FD. I believe the previous owner was using it for roll racing. It had the 20B in it, and it was on a run-in tune, so it was a brand new engine. It was on a run-in tune, and it had an auto in it. Actually, it had a T400 auto in it, and I'm not a big fan of autos in anything. Obviously, you know, a family car's all right, but I just don't like autos. So I kind of wanted something I could probably take to the track, drive around the street, So I wanted to put sequential in it, so I ordered an HGT sequential, 6-speed sequential, and while I was waiting for that, I had it over at JC Racing and developed a bit of a leak. So there's a bit of a coolant leak, and anyway, we had a look inside the motor, and it looked like the rotors were actually dented, so we needed to pull the engine apart and do a complete rebuild. And I changed the ECU, so it was running a Microtech ECU, so I changed it for a Haltech. I wanted drive-by-wire on it, so it's got drive-by-wire. I'm not a big fan of cable and throttle bodies because, so I did away with that, and so it's got a drive-by-wire. The other thing is it's air-conditioned, so I made sure that the air conditioning was working. It was all put back together and the air was working. So you can, rotaries develop a lot of heat, so you can actually turn the air on, and you're blissfully unaware inside of how hot it is outside.
Magic.
Yeah.
If I gave you an unlimited budget, what are you doing to the car?
Look, unlimited budget. Well, it's probably got my dream engine in it. Really, it's like, for me, the 20B is the holy grail of the rotary world. Like, you can go like a 4-rotor or a 6-rotor, but I just don't see the point really. You're just adding a layer of complexity. I think 20Bs just have a heap more grunt than like a twin rotor, like a 13B or a 12A. Heaps more torque. I think this kind of is, my dream car in terms of rotaries. They're comfortable, they've got independent rears, they go well. I haven't taken it to the track yet, but I will probably in a couple of months I might take it out.
You heard it here first. So part 2, we're at the track. So next time you see Damon, we're going to hopefully be checking out the race car or taking this to the track and turning it into a race car, and we really appreciate Damon's time. Damon, thank you.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.